All right, so we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So as people are joining us, we are going to address today as many issues or respond to as many questions as you guys have. So let's put those questions in the chat. Let's see, fantastic. So, all right, as we get questions rolling in. Good, perfect. So let's talk today about a very common question that we get on a regular basis. So people call our office and they go, well, how much is it going to cost for, say, a green card application? And they get so upset. They get so upset when we tell them, I don't know, and it depends. Well, for us to be able to give any person a fee or how much something is going to cost, we really do need a full consultation. We need to know your entire immigration history, your entire criminal history, marriage history. What else have you tried before? What your goals are. We need to get into all that, okay? So it is impossible, absolutely impossible to answer those questions that just say, I just need to know how much it's going to cost. Okay, so first we need to know all those things. Second, we need to determine what is it that we can do for you, what your goals are. Not everybody has the same goals. So that makes a big difference. So whatever questions you guys have, just put them in the chat and I'll address them as soon as I get to see them. Please don't put questions more than once because it just clutters it and then I won't get to as many questions as I'd like to. Okay, so that's the main issue that I want to address today is calling any lawyer's office, any whatsoever, not just immigration in general, and asking how much it's going to cost. We do not know. We have no way of knowing. Yes, we have guidelines. We know on average what it would take, but there is no case whatsoever that has an average. So there is no such thing as if everything is okay, the fee is this, because there is no such thing as everything is okay. All right. You may have entered the United States illegally. You may have overstayed your visa. What have you done since you got the visa? Okay. What has your criminal history what has your criminal history been? Is your history the only criminal history that you have, whether you were arrested or not? Did you cross the border illegally? There are so many other questions that we need to know before we answer that. Okay, so Lorenzo wants to know, hi, I've got the green card. If I marry with my girlfriend, will she get the green card? Well, Lorenzo, I don't know. Yes, you are fine. Theoretically, if you marry her, she can get the green card, but we need to know, is she in the United States? Is she outside the United States? If she is in the United States, how did she enter the country? Has she ever accumulated any sort of unlawful presence? What has she tried in the past? What kind of visa she entered with? So there are a lot of questions that we need to answer. Your best option before you even start spending the money on that application or paying a filing fee is please book an appointment with an experienced immigration attorney. Discuss all this. And guys, don't hide anything from the attorney. We're going to find out anyway. And it's just going to cost you more if we find out later. So just book a consultation with an attorney and let's see what can be done. Okay. And it doesn't matter where the immigration attorney is located. Most of us work federally and we have clients all over the United States and all over the world. Okay. So Lorenzo, please, before you marry your girlfriend, make sure she can get a green card through you. Okay. So you both should meet with an experienced immigration attorney and go over your history and her history and see what the issues may be. Okay. Celine, how long do VAWA take after you got the work permit? Work permit, when you get the work permit, absolutely has zero to do with when the VAWA is going to be decided. Zero. One has nothing to do with the other. They take totally parallel paths. Just because you got the work permit doesn't mean your VAWA is going to be approved. Just because you got the work permit doesn't mean VAWA is not going to be approved. Okay, you absolutely need to follow the processing times for the VAWA and then the processing times for your green card application if you filed for the green card at the same time. Some people can do VAWA and file for the green card at the same time, and some people cannot. Okay, so let's say you got the work permit. Okay, did you get the 2-year work permit? You probably did. Did you get your prima facie determination? How long ago did you file the VAWA application? Okay, so you need to tell me more information or give me more of that before I can answer more. VAWAs right now, from the day they were received, basically the date of your receipt, from that day, they take about 2.5 years right now, and then the green card. So 2021. So Celine, you might be coming in 2024 close to that time where it would be approved, or you would be getting somebody looking actively at your application and sending you a request for evidence if they need additional information. Okay, so you're in a good box right there. Make sure your work permit does not expire. If your work permit has only 6 months left on it, you want to extend it. Okay. All right, let's see what else we got. What is the time frame for 601 currently? Okay, so Desi, here is the thing. It depends. Okay, if you filed a 601 and you are abroad after the consulate, okay, and the consular officer told you that you need to file a waiver, it's a little bit faster than those who are in the United States filing for a waiver either initially or filing for the waiver after the interview and when the officer in the United States requested it. So we have seen anywhere from 5 months to almost 1.5 years for regular 601. 601A, if there is a 601A, those would take significantly longer. Those are almost 3 years now, almost 4. Nabil, if I get my citizenship, can I sponsor my sister and parents in Canada? Okay, so when you say sponsor them in Canada, are they in Canada and Canadian citizenship, or are you talking use Canadian citizenship for you? Please be a little more clear so I can address it, okay? Okay, so I have not received my work permit and USCIS required for medical. You are in a good spot. They might actually approve. If you send the medical in as soon as possible, you might actually get the green card without ever seeing a work permit. Okay, so that's a good job, okay? Good job on that. What are frequent questions asked at a good faith interview? I'm assuming GF, is that what you mean? If you just Google questions asked at immigration interviews, you are going to get many, many, many samples of what those questions are, okay? You can find them on Google. Green card for a minor when their grandparents take them. Why would a minor go to a green card interview? Okay, and why is the minor child going with the grandparents? What is the basis for that application? Okay, I need to know more information. What's the basis? Is it the special immigrant juvenile? How is that going? Because the grandparents are not the petitioners. Since November 2022, I filed my adjustment based on K1. No EAD card received yet. Is that normal? So just so you know, for the work permits, the C09s based on adjustment of status, they take about 10 months right now. So you're about there. You can go online on USCIS's website and put your receipt number, and it will tell you what is the earliest that you can apply for to file an inquiry on your case. Okay, it will tell you based on your receipt number and your priority date when can you file. Okay, so that's the first thing I would do. All right. Second, make sure that for none of the receipts, not the I-130, 485, 765, 131, for none of those, make sure you didn't get an actual request for evidence that you didn't respond to. Because by now you should have gotten at least a request for evidence or the work permit. Okay, so look into that. Nabil, they are Canadians. Thank you. So you are a US citizen and you want to bring your sister and your parents. Okay, so you cannot bring your sister directly. You need to sponsor your parents first. Now, if your sister is adult or a minor, it makes a difference. If she's at the point where she might be aging out, that makes a difference as well. So you might want to look at different options. So if you are a US citizen or becoming a US citizen, okay, as soon as you are done with that, you should book a consultation with an experienced immigration attorney and discuss the best way to get your parents here, because especially if your sister is a minor, you do not want her to be stuck in Canada without an option. So this needs to be properly planned in order to be able to do something, okay? And for the sister, unfortunately, it's going to take such a long time, regardless of the country, that you really want to look at other options. But we need to look at that as a family unit, okay? Because you don't want her to be alone, okay? What happens if you want to adjust status but have been working without a permit? It depends. How do you want to adjust status? Are you going to are you married to a US citizen? Are you married to a permanent resident? Unauthorized employment is forgiven up to the point of filing the application, not after you filed, if you are married to a US citizen. If you're not married to a US citizen, you will likely need a waiver. Hi, Elsa. BIA received my case May 2023 for I-130. How long I have to wait for a decision? BIA right now takes over 2 years. I know, it sucks. Sorry, guys. I have VAWA, they ask for background. Do you have VAWA application pending, or do you have VAWA approved and you're in the green card process? Give me more information so I can give you the proper answer. Child is in another country and the parent is in America. Okay, so if the child is in another country and the parents are here, how are they going to interview? What interview are they going to? The consulate interview? Because the child is in another country, they would be going to the consulate. So that's a 2-minute interview. This is not an easy question. If this is the process that you guys went, you really want to have an attorney guide you through that, or have someone who can prepare the child for the interview, okay? Also, it depends on how old is the child. Elsa, my I-130 is pending since June 2020, California Service Center and Las Vegas field office. So, Elsa, did you only file the I-130, or did you file I-130 with a green card? Okay, should I refile, or can I do something to move it along? It depends on the category, okay? It depends on the category and how you filed it. Give us a call, book a consultation, send us all the documents that you have, and let's come up with a plan, okay? Let's come up with some sort of plan for you, and let's see what we can do to get this unstuck, okay? And no, do not refile, because you're going to lose the priority date. You're already 3 years and 3 months into it. Don't refile. Something needs to be happening. Now, it depends on the category. Some I-130s take 4 or 5 years. So I need to see everything, okay? I'm waiting for my VAWA. Good, thank you. And they asked for evidence and background check. Yeah, so that was a very incomplete application when you filed it, because the background check needs to be submitted in the beginning when you're filing the application, okay? And when they're asking for evidence, what evidence are they asking for? Are they asking for evidence that your spouse or ex-spouse is a US citizen or permanent resident? Are they asking about evidence about the abuse? Are they looking for more than the background check? Do they want certified records on any criminal stuff? what is it exactly that they are asking for? Now, you only get one opportunity to respond to that request for evidence, and you have 87 days to do it. First, do not miss that deadline ever. Second, submit all the documents at the same time. I mean, all of them, whatever you have to respond to the request for evidence at that time, okay? You only get one opportunity. So if this is really important for you, that's not something you want to do on your own. Now, you did file for a VAWA, I'm assuming, so you did have an immigration attorney help you. I'm concerned that the background check was not submitted initially. Okay, but if you do have an attorney, please contact them. Let them know you got a request for evidence and get that addressed, okay? If not, if you don't have an attorney, give us a call and book a consult. I do not have free consult, guys, okay? This is my free consult to you. So seriously, send us the documents and we can look over and see how we can properly respond to that request for evidence with all the documents that need to be submitted based on what they ask, and get you on that way to approval, okay? Kim, what happens after the medical exam? My mom had it already for her I-485. So if she had the medical exam, did she submit the medical exam results when she filed for the application? Okay, so I need to know. Navi, my wife visa got stamped. No AOS, COS, EOS. Can I sponsor her? Yes, you can. Don't worry about no AOS, whatever bullshit the officer puts there. Okay, don't worry about that. Do I need a medical report for K1 adjustment, though I did medical at embassy before traveling? This is one of those things. Normally you do not. What we have seen lately is that they ask for it. So you have to decide what is more important to you. Get this done faster or get this done cheaper, because you can't have it both ways, okay? Some clients, they prefer to pay and get another medical submitted so they can get the approval faster. Some clients just say, I can't do it. And if they want it, I'll do it then because I'm not going to waste my money. That is a decision you have to make. So you decide, faster or cheaper, can have both. What do I do if my lawyer won't advocate for my I-130 after waiting years? Okay, depends on what you paid the lawyer for. If you pay the lawyer only to fill out the paperwork, and then you have not paid the lawyer every year to track the case for you and advocate for you, then they're not going to do anything about it. Now, depends on what it says in your written agreement with your lawyer. You need to look at that agreement and see what is included and what is not included. Lawyers will advocate first if they are still your lawyer, if it's within the scope of the representation, and if you didn't miss any bills. Okay, so please talk to your lawyer. If they won't, your choice is always to find a different attorney to take over the case and take it from there. That costs you money. So you need to look at what you have right now, look at your agreement, see if it's included or not included, that they do anything. And some lawyers do, some lawyers don't, okay? And take it from there, okay, Tabitha? No, Elsa, don't refile. Nabil, I applied to remove the conditions for my green card. It is taking a long time. Nabil, removal of conditions takes about 4 years. That's why they are sending you the receipt for 4 years. If you are still married and living with your spouse, we can file for naturalization and try to get the removal of conditions unstuck. Give us a call and let's see how we can help you, okay? Depending on your situation, you may be able to apply for citizenship while waiting for the 751. Kadia, I'm still waiting on my EAD, but I have the receipt. Can I apply for a job with it? No, you cannot. You actually have to wait for the work permit and social security number. Okay. How long does it take for a VAWA C9 work permit? Right now, we see about 9 to 10 months. I'm not in USA. If I apply for marriage visa with green card holder, how long does it take? It depends. It could take 2.5 to 3 years, and depending on your consulate, you could add another year to that. If you're from Haiti, it's even longer because they are just not moving. Nothing's moving over there. Morpho, I'm from Algeria. I want to do trainee in web design in the US. Is that possible? Yes, it is. Look into J1 visa as a trainee, okay? So look into those. There is, I think, a website called Placement, maybe. See if you qualify for that, for a J1 under that as a trainee. Yes, Elsa, so you have pending removal proceedings or administratively closed. You have a problem, okay? So you have those things. Don't even think of doing anything without a lawyer, okay? You need to get the I-130 approved first. Then you need to move to reopen the proceedings and have them terminated, maybe. Or you need some prosecutorial discretion. And then you can file for your green card. Work permit has nothing to do with that. My I-130 is approved, then how long take for the 601 waiver? I-130 has nothing to do with the 601 waiver. Nothing to do. Just because one is approved doesn't mean the other one is going to be approved. They are not on the same timeline. Most of the time, they are not even processing them in the same place. So it really depends on when did you file the 601. And like I said earlier, some 601s take over 2 years, and some of them take only a few months. Kiki, I came legally, applied for asylum, had an interview, no response for 12 years. Now I'm married. If you already had the asylum interview, do not confuse the asylum interview that you have in an asylum office with a credible fear or reasonable fear interview. They're not the same. If you already had your asylum interview, you can get the government to make a decision on your case after about 6 months. You need to sue them for 12 years. It's impossible. They probably already referred you to court, and you may actually have a removal order because they don't take that long. They're moving those cases, okay? Now, if you didn't have an interview, okay, that it would be different. So most likely what you're thinking you had, you probably didn't, but I don't know. I haven't seen your case, so I really don't know. Now, if you are married now and you came legally, are you married to a US citizen? Are you married to a permanent resident? Give us a call, book a consult, and let's see how we can get you unstuck, okay? I'm hoping you didn't file for asylum on your own, but please check. Check if you don't have a removal order, okay? US citizen, what's the chance of approval in Phoenix? I filed I-485. Kiki, you just told me you came legally and you filed for asylum. Who's the US citizen? Who's the US citizen? Are we talking about your spouse, or are you talking about something else? Can I travel abroad while my 751 is pending? Theoretically, yes. There are instances in which we tell the client not to. It depends on your history, so I can't tell you yes or no. Hi, first time I have a VAWA case. I hope so. And it's been over 1 year and 5 months now. How long will I have to wait? Probably another year and a few months, because they take about 2.5 to 3 years. My husband filed I-130 for me when he was a green card holder. Now he's a US citizen. It depends on where you are. Are you in the US or are you abroad? If you are in the US, it's a different process. If you are abroad, he can upgrade the application. So you did have it, and you had it in the immigration office, the interview, okay? You should have a decision, okay? Is EB2 NIW and EB2 both the same and takes the same time for Indian citizen? First, they are not the same. EB2 requires a sponsor by an employer. EB2 NIW does not require a sponsor from an employer. And that's the biggest major difference. Now, let's say either one of them already are approved. It will take a long time for an Indian citizen. Right now, if you look at you can tell that by going on the visa bulletin and seeing it. it is not exactly the same time. And sometimes it's better to be EB2, and EB2 in terms of processing and priority dates are about the same. If you do qualify for EB2 NIW, maybe you also qualify for EB1A. EB1, sometimes it's faster than EB2, and it changes every month, I swear. So you want to look at those because that's probably your better inquiry. And you might want to look to see how you can be in the United States while that is pending. How are you doing on your H-1Bs? Maybe you are an Indian citizen, but maybe you are from Canada and you can be here on TN. Can you do an L visa? There are other options. So that could get you here. Now, if you already ran through that and you've been here the maximum allowed time, then how about we look to see how you can be in Canada for a while until this comes to priority, okay? Give us a call. So let's book it and let's see if we can come up with a better plan, okay, for you. But I'm assuming you already have an attorney, so work with your attorney on that, okay? USCIS sent an RFE that I never received from my green card application. What should I do? Call USCIS, get them to send you a duplicate. If you already got denied because you didn't respond to an RFE, if it is for your green card application, the 485, not much you can do except a motion to reopen showing you didn't get it. If you moved and you didn't change your address with them, then it's on you. They're not going to reopen. You need to start from scratch. You need a plan. Can I file N600 even with permanent bar? I'm not even going to start to venture into anything that relates to permanent bar without a full analysis of your case. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. Can I expedite asylum green card? No. How about fourth family? Why it's stuck? Oh, I wish I had the answer. That's a question from someone on YouTube. Why is it stuck? I wish I had an answer for that. The visa bulletin changes every single month, and it depends on the number of applicants from a particular country and the country quotas. It also depends the fourth family category. It's the fourth family preference category. That means there are 3 categories that have preference ahead of you. So it's going to be stuck for a long time. If you look at those dates, it's anywhere from like 13 to 23 years. That's a long time. So yeah, you do have a lot of problems. Now, if you are from China, Mexico, Philippines, or India, that's even worse. What happens also on YouTube after you get divorced with a 2-year conditional green card? That is a fantastic question. It depends on when exactly in the timeline of this process is the divorce happening or not happening yet, or you're contemplating divorce? And when did you get your conditional green card? Why are you getting divorced? You just are not compatible? Is there abuse? What is going on? You may be able to get a new green card. You may not be able to get a green card. Best option for you, honestly, give us a call, 954-231-4840. And it's on the website as well and on the profile. Give us a call, book a paid consultation, and let's discuss this before you take any steps that might hurt you. Okay. Now, guys, I do have to go. I'll talk to you guys again on Tuesday because I do have a consultation scheduled. So it's good to see you guys again. Save all your questions, send them to me on the profile, or come back Tuesday at 3:30. I'll answer more questions.